go live. All right, so this is recorded to my YouTube channel. I'll show you guys how to get there. You just type in Michael Crawford. You might see a couple videos from me already. I decided to get back to doing more videos on Tuesday nights, since that is the only night that I pretty much have available, and I don't have to go to work tomorrow on Wednesday until 10 o'clock in the morning. So it actually works out perfect. So let me make sure the YouTube channel pulls up and make sure we're live there. And then we will get started. Y'all, please disregard a brother needs a haircut, okay? I thought about not going on camera, but we're just going to be live. So brother needs a haircut bad. I need to hit my barber up ASAP. So, all right, well, it's a new month. It's July. We are halfway through the year. Pretty exciting news, pretty exciting journey, pretty exciting year. Recently was able to catch a little over 1,000 pips, and that was a milestone. So I actually had that as a goal. Let me mute this. There we go. All right. So had that as a goal, wanted to hit 1,000 pips. I did it. Took 4 years, but hold up, we're here now. So that's all that matters. All right. So what I want to do is I want to talk about, of course, we're going to hit the charts, but we're also going to be talking about mindset on these calls. Have some things in store where we're going to be having mindset discussions, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it like that. So I kind of want to be the one that does talk about trading psychology and why it's so important. Because even within my journey, it was really hard to find that consistency, find that discipline. And I'm pretty sure, there's somebody out there that's going through that right now. So, a quick question. What would you say is the hardest thing about trading? What would you say the hardest thing is about trading?
Mindset and trusting yourself.
Yeah, that's big. I agree. That's big. Mindset and trusting yourself. Why do you say trusting yourself?
Because, I think you can get so far in your journey and then, you'll see something for what it is. But because you've lost before, you doubt yourself and then you'll just watch it happen. And that's the worst.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So, listen, if you agree with that statement, you're not alone and you will never be alone. All right. For a very long time, I felt the same way. I remember when I first got started, I used to mark up the charts, right? And I would say, okay, I'm going to set a sell limit here, and I didn't set one. But I was sending my friend the trade setup, and he took the trade setups, and he made money off the trade. I was just like, dang, one of these days, I'm going to get over it, right? One of these days, I'm going to get out my own way. What's up, Nikki? How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. All right, so I'm gonna place you on mute really quick, and then I'll come right back to you too. So I say that to say this: at some point in time in your journey, you just have to trust yourself. And trading is one of those things that it really does give you like the inside look of who you are, not only as an individual, but also as a trader. So definitely going to be talking about that. But first, let's dive into some charts. I am currently in some sales on GJ. Everything is playing out great. However, it did kind of give us some buying opportunities if we go down to a lower time frame. But let's take a look at the 1 hour chart really quick. So GJ has been one of those players where sometimes it wants to consolidate, sometimes it wants to trend, sometimes we don't know what it wants to do, and that's okay. So, all right, the week of the 17th, June 17th, that was how long ago, Arena? 2 weeks ago, right?
Sounds about right.
Yep, week of the 17th. So we finally got above this area here. We retested it quite a few times, which gave us a nice bullish move to the upside. You can see how the higher highs and higher lows kind of created. I can also see like a little W pattern right here. We finally broke above this previous high, and we also broke above this high. So we did see the market go from a downtrend to an uptrend. Yes, man. We saw the market go from a downtrend to the market shifting and moving to a uptrend. Now, my trend line might not be perfect, but hey, that's just how I see the market. Yep. See, even in the past, we were really bullish for a while, right? Really bullish. You see the market creating those higher highs, higher lows, continued up till we got to like the 168 level, 168.60. I mean, you could have even did a zone between here too, 168.37. Rejected. I want to say to the left was a nice area of resistance as well too, which caused the market to go down. We ended up finding support down at like the 160 level, which was cool too. So we kind of just been playing on like a huge range on the hour. But last week was a very interesting week. I was able to catch a little bit of the sale coming into 4th of July weekend. And it's funny because I was talking with somebody and I was like, all right, so what is the trend of, GJ's trend of price? And at the time, right here, yeah, GJ kind of went to the upside. And all of a sudden, it really was just setting up for a sale. And here's the funny part. So what I typically would do is if I'm just trading on the hour time frame, I would mark off areas like this. I'll mark off areas like, where I can see the market creating those higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. Typical market structure, right? So this area held up pretty good. Let's move this one to over here. So you can really see how the market is really just trending to the downside, right? The market goes up, the market goes sideways, the market goes down. That's how we make money as Forex traders, right? So I noticed, use my annotate real quick. This is my high. Low. Lower high. Lower low. Lower high. Lower low. Lower high. equal low. So kind of see that W form right there. Nice little support level. All right, now the reason why for me it was a higher low was because it is higher than the previous higher low to the left. So my rule of thumb is always look left because the left side can typically set up the right side. So now I can start to see the market shift. After making those higher lows, we got a nice little area of resistance here. The market dropped. You have a new higher low. The market broke this previous little lower high slash high here. Market went up. Looks like the market retested this area here. Now, if I put it on the candles, I bet you we see wicks hitting off of this level. Right? So let's see. Boom. No good. Had the market drop down, market pushed up. So now we're seeing market structure play out to the T. Now again, I don't like trading consolidation. That's just me. So if I find myself in a sideways market, I set my alerts, one above, one below, and all I want to do is see a breakout and or break and retest, or break, close below, pull back, retest, continuation to the downside. So where do we see that mica? Kind of like right here. It broke out consolidation. You probably saw that head and shoulder pattern if you like patterns. All right. Finally broke out, closed lower. It pulled back and retested all of this previous support. Listen, trading can be as simple as just trading support and resistance. I noticed there are no indicators. It's just pure market structure, price action, right? Market pulls back, retest. I use investing.com to set my alerts. If you have a laptop with MT4 on it, there is a way that you can do your alerts through that. I'll show you in a minute. And here's something funny, right? This zone that I'm about to mark up next, I should have set an alert because I was in a buy from right here, right? I bought this, but I was expecting price to shoot up. And I said, you know what? If price gets to this level here, it might have a hard time. Now, it stopped trying to create those higher highs, right? Higher lows, because I never got the break, close, pull back, retest, continue to the upside. I didn't get this. But what did I get? A nice retest of those levels, of that level. So forgot to move my stop loss. Good thing I had a tight stop loss because I went to sleep. I always trade with a stop loss. Should have set a sell limit though. So hey, you win some, you lose some. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna end up getting it right back anyway. So on the way to work, that same level here that you see where my stop loss is, I started to enter there, but on the 4 hour, let's see if it's a little bit clearer. I went over to the 4 hour and I said, all right, let's wait until we break this area here to confirm it. It confirmed when it continued down. I said, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and take the trade. Let's let the 4-hour candle be our entry to get in and just ride it out for the rest of the day. Now, my next entry was a little bit below this area here. As you can see, I entered kind of early. Of course, was in drawdown, but I was okay with that because I accepted that, hey, if I do lose, my stop loss will be near my third entry. Near my third entry, or a little bit above it. So that's why I have my stop loss. Kind of going to give myself some breathing room, let this trade breathe a little bit. And as price continues down, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Move my stop loss into profit and secure my profit. So I literally saw the break and retest happen right here on the 4-hour. But there's always a but. I saw the move on the daily as, oh, wait a minute, this could continue to the downside. So now I made an adjustment to my chart, and I said, hey, let's make this zone and let's drag it over to the left. Why? Because we broke a previous higher low, retested it, and now we should still see that move to the downside. Now, what's funny is, another funny story, is that this area right here was an area I was looking to possibly buy at. And I almost set a buy limit, but I want to make sure that I'm trading with the flow of the market. So I don't want to be a buyer in the seller's market. I don't want to be a seller in a buyer's market. So these are areas here were areas that I'm pretty interested in. So as price continues down, hey, now I have my next couple entries to be watching for. So that was the play that I saw on GJ. And last week, looking at GJ, because on the daily, we weren't creating those higher highs, higher lows, I did notice that, hey, you can't really look for buys, Micah, because we haven't even broken this previous lower high or even this high at 168. So it might not be the best time to buy. But I told a couple of individuals in the group, I was like, hey, look, this is the area I'm going to be watching for price to make a move off of. Let me switch my audio. All right, can everybody hear me okay?
Much better.
Yes.
Much better? Okay, cool. So this area here that I was waiting for price to get out of, I was telling everybody, hey, look, this is the area I want to watch because if price continues bearish, I'm going to sell it. I can wait for a retest. So look, it broke, it pulled back, retested, and then did what? Continued to drop. But my God, how do you do it? One, it takes practice. Two, you have to have a system in place that tells you what to do. Three, you got to trust yourself. How do you build that? Well, you start doing small things, right? You set small goals. You hit those goals consistently. That builds discipline. That builds reps. Then from there, you can up it. Consistency, discipline, reps. You just do the same thing over and over and over again. So when it comes to that word mindset, is really how you think. Sometimes we got to change how we think. A lot of us as traders, we always want to be right. Listen, you're not always going to be right, ladies and gents. You're not. Even if I lose, I'm okay with it. Why? Because I know there's always going to be another opportunity for me to get back in and go the right way with the trades. And go the right way. So what you have to ask yourself now is, okay, not only am I flowing with the market, but do I understand market flow? Do I understand the direction? What time frame am I looking at? Am I just looking at one set time frame? Or am I looking to like a bigger picture? To me, trading is like reading a book. Okay. It's like reading this book here. I start here and I work my way to the back. So that's what you got to do. You got to start somewhere and work your way up. All right, so that's what I saw. Now I'm going to give the opportunity for you all to kind of go over your markups, and I want you guys to explain to me, why did you mark up certain levels? Did you enter? Why didn't you enter? Just kind of walk me through your markup process. So who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? All right, well, let's call on somebody. Raina, let's go with you first.
Okay.
You can go ahead and do a screen share.
I'm on my phone right now, so I got to switch over to my tablet.
Okay. All right, so while we wait on Raina to do that, let's talk about some things, some topics we will be discussing throughout the month of July. So July is going to be fun. And the topics are as follows. PDFs. Where are my PDFs? Okay. So we're going to be talking about the PDF emotion-free trading. Let me go to this message real quick. And for the majority of you, you already have this PDF. This is a PDF that really did help me kind of level up in trading, and not only just with trading, but how I thought as a trader. Because I wanted to be able to be consistent, be disciplined, and show something from it. So this is what helped me. I like to share this with traders who maybe are going through a difficult phase in their trading. It's been a huge help. So we're going to be focusing on skills that you don't need, and we're going to hone in on 2 starting today: fear and greed. Fear and greed. And then next Tuesday, we're going to talk about revenge trading, and then wishing, hoping, and praying. And then the following Tuesday, chapter 14 and chapter 17. So this week, let's talk about fear
and greed, and how, if you are in this phase of your trading, what can you do now to kind of get over that hump? So that's what I look forward to sharing with you guys, and really diving into the personal development of a trader and building that consistency and discipline, and just kind of give you guys something that will give some type of value to you. So, Raina, if you are ready, let's go ahead and dive into it with your charts.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, what are we looking at on your chart? Walk us through it.
First, I start with the line chart, and I drew up some major support and resistance and minor. Couple uptrends, downtrends. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so I start with the line chart, and then I go back to candles. I think I would look for price to break below. I haven't been in any trades this week, so I think personally I would look for price to break below the 161.6 before I hopped in a trade.
Okay. Okay. So let's do this. I like your markups. I like them. I like them. I like them. I like them. Very good. Very good. Let's talk about these entries. Can you move me over? Like, can you slide my? Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So let's talk about why you put these levels. I know you said you were looking for major support, major resistance, which was good. Which was good. Why did you put a line zoom back in so I can see the prices? Why did you put a horizontal line at the very top? I can't see that price though. Zoom in again. One more time or two more times. Let's go to the very top. Very top. Why did you put a horizontal line up there at the very top?
The pink one?
Yep. Why did you put that right there?
That's my ceiling.
Okay. That's your ceiling. So that's your highest peak that you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So next, why did you put those two purple lines around 168, 715, 165, 513? Why did you put it there?
That I feel like it broke it. I don't have a pointer or anything.
Yes, you do. You gotta hit the crosshair. Hit the crosshair on the side.
This one.
Yep.
But it's black.
Okay, you gotta change the color. So go to tap on your screen. Hit the X at the top right corner. All right, now tap on your screen. Settings. Colors.
Maybe I should change the foreground.
Yeah, change it to white. Hit save. Back. All right, tap on the screen, hit the crosshair again. There you go.
Okay. I felt like around this area, if it broke below that, it was a good sell.
Okay.
And then, I mean, it could break that, and then of course, you look for the retest, but it didn't necessarily do that until kind of over here.
It gave you a retest to your left. That was your retest. The first retest. Nope. Come down. That area, because it broke that previous low. Look left. 164,729.
Mm-hmm.
So you had that part.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
You see
you're
what I'm
right.
saying? Yep, that part was excellent. That's now that line above it. I was trying to get you to explain why you put
This
that
one?
Nope, not that one. The one below it.
This one.
That down further. That line, not that
This
one.
one?
The one in the middle. The one just above that one. Just above it.
The purple one.
Yeah, I was trying to see why did you put that one there? Like what did you see right there?
Well, I mean, that's where this was able to break that.
Put it on the line. Put it on the line chart. Now explain why you put it there. What do you see? Do you see a level of support, kind of?
Maybe right here.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Did price break support and go lower? Back up. Bring it back up.
I was just moving it. I was just moving out the way so I could see.
Did price break that?
It did.
All right, show me where price stopped and went lower and created your lower low. Pause right there. Boom. Lower low.
Mm-hmm.
If you look left, you see that other higher low that was broken as well. But nope, too far over. Right there. Now put it on the line chart. I mean, put it on the candles. Now you see it?
Yes, where it broke below that.
Now, see, this is why I asked for y'all to when you put your charts in, you need to start labeling so you can see price break, a low or a high, close, create higher low, a higher high, pull back and retest, create a new what, so on and so forth. That's why I asked you guys to do that. So now that we broke that 164,739, which I like better than the 165,511, whatever that price is, that's a better area to sell. Why?
It's proven a structure break, a breaking structure.
Mm-hmm. Break and retest. Now, if you would have took it, yeah, you'd have been in drawdown for a little bit, but the next hour, look where we went.
Mm-hmm.
We went back down. So question, did you take the trade?
I did not. I have not traded this week.
Why not?
My son has been having my tablet, and my live account is on my tablet.
Okay.
So I'm trying to break him from my tablet because I need my stuff back.
But here's the question. Did you trust your setup?
I do trust my setup more.
Are you sure? Because you don't sound like you're confident.
No, I trust it more. I'm not 100% confident. No, that's what you sense. But no, more and more, yes.
But you know the rules, you know the principle of market structure is the same. It does not change. when you see this happen, it's pretty textbook. It's pretty textbook. That looks just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now all you had to do is just prove it to yourself. Can you identify your highs? You should say yes. You should say yes.
Yes.
Right? Point out your high. Where's your highs at?
Starting with
High.
that.
That's a high. All right. Lower high. Very good. Lower high. Very good. Lower high. Very good. Where would some lows be at for yourself? Where would you see lows at? All right. Now you're missing a couple. You're missing one up top too. Go up. Go up. Keep going. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. Come over to your left. Come up a little bit. Boom, right there. That's a low. That's a low. You went high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? Can you see that?
So this wouldn't be considered the high and this the low, and then you get to
Yeah,
the higher low.
that's still correct. It's still correct. But
that way it makes more sense to me. Because this right here, I'm just kind of still looking at that as a high.
At that time.
Okay.
Before all of that was there.
Before all of this.
That's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
Again, not saying that you aren't right? You're right. I 100% agree with you. But at that time, this is what I see. The market was in the uptrend for a while. It created a high. It created a low. It created a lower high. It created a lower low. It created a lower high. Lower low. Trying to shift it up. It started just creating these data points. So again, not saying that you aren't right, because you are, and it's what you see. But you still got to think about too, like, okay, when it creates these data points, okay, let me wait for the break above, close, boom. It's just the lower those lower highs become, they become invalid because the market ends up pushing up higher than what was the previous lower high. But good job on your markup. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. And not only that, you already had a pre-markup for a sale. 162, whatever that is. 44 something, whatever price that is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing it, drawing it up early, and now the market is playing out in whose favor?
Right.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at with it now. Yeah.
So
next
now,
level to unlock.
Now, here's where these words come into play. Because I think you're my longest tenure student.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
And you hear me tell you this all the time. Trust the process and confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty soon you're gonna graduate and you're not gonna need me no more. And I can't wait to let you fly.
You know what? I would love to trade by your side still.
Nope.
Just on a different level. On a different level, Micah. Come on.
Not gonna happen. Once you out the nest, you're gone. Good. You're gone for good. I'm playing. But no, very good. Very,
Thank you.
very good. Very good. Very good. All right, who's next? Let's go with Nikki. I know you've been practicing.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Before I share this,
You got a lot of feedback. You need from one device. Yeah, you got a lot of feedback from the device that you're on. Can you leave your audio from that device and just join the audio from your iPhone? And it sounds like you might be streaming the YouTube as well too. So I would say close the YouTube video out. This will be recorded for you to watch later.
I'll close this. The Zoom.
No, close out. If you have YouTube in the background playing, leave that
No,
YouTube.
I'm on Zoom.
Oh, okay. It's a lot better now. Okay, now you can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what Miss Nikki got for us.
Can you see?
I can see your screen. You just got to share Trading View now.
It's very slow for some reason.
All good. We got about 14 more minutes. 14 more minutes or so. What's going on, Phil?
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
All right, I'm gonna post.
You went live a couple times. I missed you. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I'm doing it right now. I'm about to post the link at the top right now.
Yes, sir. Take your time.
Okay. Let's see. Um,
It's still taking this time, Nikki?
yes. It comes up on my phone. Shoot.
Do this. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and close out from your tablet and share from your phone for me. Close out from your tablet and share from your phone.
Why? Okay.
I got it.
Okay. Whew.
Next time we will be better prepared. It's okay though. All right.
Um,
It's not sharing yet.
okay.
Okay. There we go. Now I can see your screen.
Okay. Oh no, that's not it.
We still got a little feedback though. Yep. Still got a little feedback, but that's so you're using the higher low, higher low, lower low strategy. All right, so walk me through your markup. You don't have to delete. You don't have to delete anything. You can just walk me through your markup. Why did you draw that zone right there at 162.431? And if you're talking, I cannot hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. Perfect.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead and move my video to the side.
Huh?
Go ahead and move my video to the side for me.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So now starting at the 162.4, it's going in a downtrend. On the 1 hour, it's going in a downtrend.
Okay.
So
Just zoom out. Let's see. I want to see your whole screen. Let's look at the big picture. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And then bring the right side down. Yep. There you go. Now we can
okay.
see it. Okay.
Okay. So
Walk me through it.
okay. So the bottom down here at the 161.5, that's the support level.
Very good.
Okay.
So why is that support? Let's look to the left. I know right there we see the click where it says lower low. Let's continue to look. Let's continue to look left and see what else we can see around that level. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until we see price. Boom. All right.
Okay. So all the way back here.
Yep. That's enough data for me to see.
Okay. So now this price, this low is what, 159.98.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now this current price is not going to drop to that level.
Well, you don't know that, do you?
No.
So
But
what we do?
uh
Go back
okay.
to where current price is.
Okay.
So
So
in order for you to sell, what must you see?
I need to see price drop below this 161. What is it? 0.55, right?
You tell me.
Yeah, the current price. I need to see it drop below that. And because it already retested up here at the 162.3.
So with on your phone, I want you to show me the retest. Show me the retest. Point it out to me.
Right here. I don't have a cursor on here.
Hit the pencil. Hit the pencil.
Okay.
And then you can go to arrow. Use the arrow.
This right here.
Yep, where it says arrow under favorites.
Okay. So now
Just tap on the screen and drag your finger. Yeah, tap on the screen, tap, and then drag your finger. There you go.
okay.
So
So
what
once
was the retest? So you want that to break,
right.
okay? But where was the retest of the lower high though? You have to grab another arrow. And just point it out to me.
So that was the retest right there, right?
I want you to point out what specific candle retested that zone you have marked up. What specific candle retested that zone? Just take the end of the arrow and point it out. Flip the arrow. Flip the arrow.
Flip the arrow. Hold on.
There you go. Now come back to it. That's the break. That's the
Right.
break. That's the breaking candle. So this, remember, when you guys are sending your charts and you have these zones marked up, you should say breaking candle, retest candle, another retest candle, or wait for the break, pull back, identify your pullback. So after it created the lower low, you see how price pulled back? Created a lower high.
Right.
Price drop. So we see the push to the downside,
Okay.
pull back, created the lower high, push right back down, and then price pull back and retested where? The lower high that you have marked up. That's all I want to see from you. You have it. It's beautiful. Again, it looks exactly like this. So we move to a nice strong downtrend, right?
Right.
Lower low. The market pulled back, created the lower high. Kind of did like this. And we're just waiting for price to do something like that.
Right.
So
but we just don't know how far it will go down.
Hey, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
So you should see something like your markups. You should say, Micah, this was my pullback area. First touch of resistance. That candle that wicks off of that zone. That's your second touch. Retest. So retest the structure. or yeah, keep it simple. Something like that.
Okay.
That's why I be on y'all so much about mark up your charts, identify what you're using. She's using Trading View.
Yeah, I'm on Trigger View as well.
She's using
Thank you.
Trading View.
So, one other question.
Go ahead, Nick. Good
So
job.
then once it retests this 161.589, then I can enter in and sell.
If price, what are your rules, Nikki? Remember, I'm not gonna always tell y'all the answer. I want you to tell me what are your rules.
Okay,
What
so
did
if price breaks below that lower low, then I will enter in for a sale.
There you go.
Okay.
You answered your own question.
All right.
That's the rule. That's why you have. That's why you have your own rules.
Okay.
You have your own rules.
Okay.
And you just follow your rules. Either you
Well,
say,
it doesn't always play out like that all the time.
well, if you follow your rules, you don't lose the trade if you follow your rules. So either you can wait for it or it's just a trade that you miss. It's not going to kill you to wait for your setup. But if you prepare for it, right? If you prepare for it, you know, like, hey, if price breaks that 150, 151, those lows, that area, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it.
Okay.
Now go to the 4 hour. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what to do all the time. I'm not, because I'll be hurting you in the long run. I want you all to figure this out on your own. Now, extend that zone where that arrow is to your left. Can you see the break and retest now? Extend that zone, that rectangle.
This one right here.
No, the one below it.
This.
Y'all not gonna need my help no more after a while. I promise you. Keep going left. Keep going left. Keep, boom, right there. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. See, you had it. You just forgot to do what? Look left.
Oh.
Okay, Nikki. Okay, so that means you owe me $1, right?
I guess so.
Yep, you owe me $1 if this trade plays out.
Okay.
And I'm in this with you too. So I'm saying, hey, I'm in the sale. I'm taking mine. Again, it boils down to a couple words. Trust the process, confidence, discipline.
Okay.
So your trading plan and rules just state, hey, am I entering off the hour time frame? If it shows on the hour, I take it. Is it going to show me on the 4 hour? Hey, I take it. That just means I have more what? Time.
Time, right.
If I take it on the daily, I got what? A whole lot of time.
Got the whole day.
To make that decision.
To
make that decision. See, that's why I use the daily and the 4 hour. Because it gives me that time. So if I'm in a battle of no, it's buying, no, it's selling with myself, okay, go to higher time frame. All right. This is who really in control. Cool. Let's see.
So then in the higher time frame on the daily is coming down.
Right. So
And it's coming down on the 4-hour as well, which means it's a sale.
okay, so now you just gotta wait for what? Your proof. You gotta wait for your proof. You gotta wait for your setup.
Okay.
What you hear Beatrice talk about in the Forex Traders Lounge. Do you know your setup? Again, let me see. For me, if I see this, there's no second guessing. I'm taking it. If I see this on the 4-hour or the daily, it's on and popping.
Now your finger is in the way. I can't.
It's on a different screen.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's on a different screen. So when you go to Zoom, I'll pin it for you. When you see this,
Okay.
it's on and popping. It's on and popping. When I see it, it's game over. It's game over.
So that's making lower highs, right?
And what else?
Lower lows.
You got it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You got it. Telling you, you're not gonna need my help much longer. Make you keep playing. You're gonna be calling trades for me.
Well, that'll be we'll see. I'll call him.
There it is
Okay.
right there. You want the text message to say, hey Mike, it's time to sell GJ. Here's the setup. Okay, cool.
All right.
When I see it, hey, it's on and popping. It's on and popping. No second
All right.
guess.
All right.
Until proven guilty. Until proven otherwise. Until proven otherwise. So I have my areas that I'm watching. I'm just gonna wait for this level to get broken. Possibly come down to this level. I mean, it could buy off of it like it did here, but I mean, if we got some strong bearish momentum, I think we're gonna continue through these levels. I mean, one candle on the daily with GJ, you talking about 256 pips they can move. I mean, sometimes it moves more than that. Like
That was from the daily time frame, right?
Yep, that's from the daily time frame.
Okay.
If I include the wick from the wick to the close, to the end of this wick, 369 pips in one day.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Eventually, we're gonna get y'all there. But for right now, I want you all to focus 20 pips a day, which will eventually turn to 50, then 100, as you start to do what?
Practice and learn and take our trades.
Yep, and most importantly, understand.
Right.
Doing all of that builds two words: consistency and discipline. Doing that will take away fear and it will take away greed. Why? Because you know that, listen, the market has to do what the market wants to do. Stop trying to control the market, control you. So as we wrap up tonight's call, let's take a look at two chapters really quick. Let's talk about fear. We all have fear, right? We're humans. We're fearful of things. Like, what are some things that you all are afraid of? Type it in the chat for me. What are some things that you all are afraid of? Like me, I'm afraid of snakes. Brother can't do snakes. Somebody said fear of failure. What are some other fears that you all have? What are some fears that you all have? Don't be shy. What are some fears that you guys have? I'm also afraid of failure. But I realized this. If I did not face my fears, it will keep me in the same place that I am today. Well, at that time, it would have kept me in the same place. You guys cannot let your fears take over you when it comes to trading. Because you'll be by yourself. I see the setup. It's clean as day. I was just afraid to push buy or sell. And then you go back and look at the market and you see it play out and you're like, dang it. Could have caught that. So let's kind of go over this together real quick. I'll start us off. It says, many times we can sabotage our own trading because of our fears. In many cases, fear is good and helpful in our lives, but in trading, it can be really harmful. Fear helps us to avoid things in the environment that we perceive as threatening. It's important to note that what we perceive as threatening may not necessarily be threatening. We just perceive it as threatening. And as far as our minds are concerned, it is a real threat. A good example is offered in The Disciplined Trader, which is also one of the books I highly, highly recommend you all purchase, look it up, listen to the YouTube, whatever you got to do, get that book. It's phenomenal. We're going to be going over it.
Can you say the book again?
The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas.
Thank you.
I have the PDF too, so if you just message me either on Clubhouse or Telegram, I can get that sent over to you. It says a child severely bitten by a dog will quite naturally associate all dogs with the threat of pain and consequently generate an intense fear or even terror whenever he encounters any dog in the future. The child's fear of all other dogs other than the one that bit him is real. He has no way of making a distinction between a friendly and dangerous dog because his personal experience leads him to believe, I'm going to reiterate, believe that all dogs are dangerous. That is his truth about the nature of the environment. However, his truth is not all the environment has to offer in the way of experiences in relationship to dogs. Not every dog that exists is dangerous. Quite the contrary, very few would be considered threatening. Most see a child and want to play. Now, in every chance encounter the child has with a dog in the future, he will create an experience of terror regardless of the disposition of any particular dog he happens to run into. If a dog makes any movement towards the child will perceive that movement as an actual attack when all the dog wanted to do was play or be petted. In fact, the child could become so afraid of being attacked that he will devote most, if not all, of his attention to scanning the surrounding environment for dogs. Eventually, his senses will become attuned to picking up their sights and sounds. And every time he sees or hears one, he will create another terrifying experience that just reinforces his fears. His focus of attention will attract to his attention the object of his fear so that he can avoid what he has learned is threatening. The problem is that what he has learned is erroneous in relationship to the conditions that not all dogs are dangerous. Not knowing that, he will naturally believe that his terror is coming from outside instead of inside of him. In fact, his fears are acting on his perception to create the very experiences he is trying to avoid by causing him to hone in on all the dogs in the environment. Do you see how the fear of the young child could be similar to the fear that we could experience during trading? See, when we focus on our losing trades, mistakes, etc., we give our subconscious mind powerful directions. We could then easily end up with those same losses that we are trying so hard to avoid. What we focus our attention on is usually what we get. So there was a word within the first couple paragraphs that said believe. See, belief in faith requires something. Belief in fear requires something. It requires something for you. So again, I'm just speaking about my journey. In the beginning, yes, I was fearful of losing money. I was fearful that the trade wouldn't work out. I was afraid that my markup wasn't going to play out. I can't control how the market does. I can't control what the market does. I can't control that. But what can I control? Finding a strategy or a setup that proved true. And if I just follow it, hey, listen, it's either going to win or, listen, it could lose. But that loss does not define who? Me as a trader. Did I lose? Yes, I've lost. But I can guarantee you this, I bounce back from losses. I bounce back from lessons. Notice what it says. When we focus on our losing trades and mistakes, we give our subconscious mind powerful directions. We could then easily end up with the same losses that we are trying so hard to avoid. So the more you dwell on it, it's going to continue to happen. The more you dwell on it, it's going to continue to happen. So you have to break that habit of saying, listen, I am no longer afraid. If you have a system in place, let the system trade for you. That's what it's there for. That's why system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. You can't lose if you don't place a trade. That's something that you can control. You can't lose if you use proper risk management. That's something that you can control. Control what you can, not what you can't. It's not necessarily as easy as focusing our attention on winning trades and proper trading mechanics to get us to be successful. But it's not that far off either. You see, if you do continually focus intensely on your mistakes and poor trading decisions, you are more likely to end up with more of the same. Your subconscious sees the mental pictures you are giving it and acts out the direction that it is receiving from you. So who is it coming from, Arena? Or Phil? Yep, it's like the law of attraction. Just like it. So this is how the subconscious works. It takes the mental pictures that you give it, like worrying about getting bit by a big dog, bit by a dog, or worrying about trading mistakes you've made in the past, and does its very best to act out these directions on your behalf. Section 3 goes into a little bit deeper. We're going to kind of skip over that part, but let's skip to this part here. There are still other ways our fears cause us problems in our trading. Remember, our fears act as a warning mechanism to help us avoid what we believe to be threatened. One way many people do this is to avoid information that will be threatening or against our current opinion. Instead of clearly seeing all the different pieces of information that would help us make good decisions, we just do the opposite. We ignored important pieces of information that would be threatening to us. When trading, this can be very, very dangerous, and it will never help us act in our own best interests. When we trade with fear, we can easily block things out. That is so true. For instance, if we're in a trade and the market is offering us information that would indicate we are right or information that indicate we are wrong, what information do you think we will focus on? We obviously put a lot of weight in the information that will make us right, and many times ignore the information that is telling us of other opportunities. This is why it is important, no matter what pair, no matter you're trading indices, commodities, Forex, cryptos, it does not matter. Understand where you are in the market and trade what the market gives you, right? Think of this kind of thinking can be very dangerous for any trader because after a while, the threatening information can become so overwhelming that you can simply not ignore it any longer. The only way to relieve the stress and anxiety will be to get out of the trade. Be patient and wait for your setup. A winning trade will be handled in the opposite way by a fearful trader. His fear of losing will cause him to focus on what the market can take away from him in his current winning trade. Remember, in a losing trade, the fearful trader will focus on only the information that supports his current position and ignore other factors that may not agree with his opinion. I think we're going to stop there in regards to fear. So what were some of you all's takeaway from what was just read?
I could go. That basically, just our life. When we make mistakes, we focus on the lesson, and not necessarily on the mistake that we made. And use these opportunities to learn and grow, versus being afraid.
There you go. Very good. I like that. Anybody else?
Like he said, just don't be afraid to do. I feel more comfortable doing mines on my demo. I would like to practice. I practice on a demo so that to work out my fears.
Mm-hmm. Let me get a reader for these three short sentences real quick.
I got you. Unless somebody else want to go.
Nope, you got it, Phil. Go ahead.
All right. These are the main reasons why most traders cut their profits short and let their losses run. In a winning trade, a fearful trader will focus his attention on information that the market is going to take his profits away. And in a losing trade, a fearful trader will focus his attention on anything other than what would indicate this trade is a loser. Obviously, this fear will sabotage your trading because it causes you not to act in your own best interest. To prevent it, we must learn to trade without fear. To trade without fear, we need to completely trust ourselves to know we will always act in our own best interest. So to be successful, you need to focus on different things than the majority of traders do. Letting your losses run and cutting your profits is what most people do. You need to do the opposite and do it. And to do it, you need to change your thinking. In section 3, we will learn to do just that.
Okay. So,
was deep.
so for me, this is something that I struggle with, right? I would let my losers run instead of taking profit. So what I started to do was this. If I'm in profit, let's say 100 pips, I automatically need to lock in 50, half, or 75 pips. Automatically. Because if the trade turns around and my stop loss gets hit, guess what? I'm still taking something from the market. That fear of, oh, it hit my stop loss is now gone. I control that. Trust in my markup, trust in what I see the market is doing has helped. So what you have to ask yourself is this: what is holding me back as a trader? What fears do I have? Write it out. How can I get over the fear of missing out? For one, stop worrying about what other people are doing. Stop comparing yourself to other people. I know social media doesn't make it any easier because you want what other people have. And here's the thing: you don't know what that person went through to get that. Stop worrying about what people do, what people say on social media. It does not matter how many pips. At the end of the day is, are you learning the skill? Are you applying the skill? Are you making money from the market? And that matters how much money. What can you take away from the market? So do your best. Write out, whiteboard, sheet of paper. Hey, this is what I'm afraid of. How can we now say, I am no longer afraid of not taking profit? I'm no longer afraid that I don't follow my trading plan. I'm no longer afraid of proper risk management because you're afraid to lose more. If that's the case, 0.01s. I did that. It works. I did a 0.01 for half a year. Then I moved up, 0.02, 0.03. I got okay with, hey, listen, I'm okay with risking $25 or $5 or $10 per what's in my account. I'm all right with that. If you are still attached to your money, you might want to rethink trading. You have to take the emotions out of it. That's why you need to know what percent you are risking. So am I taking profit, winning profit? Am I following my trading plan? And how much I'm risking? So family, it's 10:56. I went over time because I got into it. On the next call, next Tuesday, 9:30, we'll start out with the chapter on greed. On greed, yes, greed is real, and it is one of the biggest killers in trading. We'll talk about it. We'll go over some charts. Check the group chats for the markups as well, trade ideas as well. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next Tuesday call. Got some great content coming. So please, if you like what you saw, go back to the YouTube, rewatch this video. It'll be there. Like, subscribe. Thank you guys for joining the call. I look forward to working with you all individually as well. And I will see you guys at the top. YouTube, peace out.